Hey guys, what's going on? It's Thursday over here. I haven't been on here in live in a while. I had some family stuff going on and just been taking a beat for that so that I'm in the right places, taking the time I need to grieve, um, being there for my family, and showing up as I want to show up. So that's been extremely eye-opening and important ever since I started this business is making sure that the business is here to serve me and that I'm not a slave to it. So I've been able to take some time off, reflect, um, really position myself in a place of gratitude and learning from where I'm at. So I'm really happy to be here. I want to come back on. It's not my usual time, but you know what? I might shake it up. What's life without shaking it up a little bit? So let me know how your week has been and share one win with me. I would love to hear some wins from you guys. So I'm going to tell you what my win was for this week. My win was understanding that quote. What does it really mean? What does it really mean that you can't outperform your inner portrait? So that's been a really amazing win for me, is examining what is it that I say to myself subconsciously? What am I saying to myself consciously? What do I think of myself? How do I view myself? So share a win with me below and answer that question. What do you think of yourself? What is one of your strengths? I'd love to hear. So one of my strengths is to push past fear, to push past judgment. And I know that's one that is very difficult for a lot of us because we live in this day and age where we're constantly looking for other people to get an idea. Are we doing the right things? Was this well accepted? Was this liked? Was this hearted? And what that ends up doing is it makes your inner portrait not an inner portrait. It invites all of these other opinions to comment on what your book should be. You're allowing all of these people into your audience on what is supposed to be your autobiography. So how is it supposed to be your inner portrait when it's really a bunch of outer influences coming in and chiming in on what your inner portrait is? So I think that is the place that I want to start off this discussion. Let me know, guys, what's going on. Tell me what the wins are for this week. You've got to have something you celebrate. What's up, Aaron? How's it going, man? Nice to see you on here. So talking about sales and how it's connected to that philosophy. A lot of what sales actually has to do with is how do you feel on the inside about yourself? Do you believe that you're somebody who is good at sales, is natural? It's not something that you feel pushy about. It's not something you feel sleazy about. It's something that comes naturally out of your ethos. You don't push it down anyone's throat. So hi, Ubdullah. Yeah, Ubedullah. Okay, I think I got it right. Tell me if I said it right. Hey, Ruthie, how's it going, hun? Share with me what you guys are thinking about your own inner portrait. That's one thing. And the other question is a win from this week. What's a win? So wins can be monetary wins. It can be mentality wins. It can be just life wins. Anything that got you excited. Every time you share a win out in public and you claim it and you own it, a little part of your subconscious gets fed and it says, this is good. Go do this again. So sharing out wins is not really bragging. It's owning what is yours and then amplifying it. And I think the same thing comes down to sales. What's up, Alex S. Moy, my brother? Nice to see you. Love seeing you. So when it comes to sales, one of the things that I see people do most often is they get on the call and they think that they're supposed to be following a script. Yes and no. Following a script is helpful so that you're getting outcomes that you wanted on the call and you're guiding it. But sales scripts are not helpful when it comes to coming across genuine, coming across authentic, and also connecting with your people. So sales is just a human transaction of one person giving value and the other person receiving value. It's not as much about the money or the exchange of money. That's at the very, very end. So I always kind of preach this, that sales, if you lose the sale at the end, it's really not related to the money. It's that you did not connect enough emotionally. Most people make decisions emotionally, but will put up an objection that sounds like it's logical so that they can feel better about why they said no or yes. So tell me what some of your sales questions are. I'd love to hear where you're at. What are you struggling with? Where are some areas that I can help serve you and add value on where you're struggling with sales, or what you'd like to have more of? I think one of the things that wins. Ubedullah says, finish a development of a major software that has potential to change the way that organizations are managed. Dude, that's awesome. I love that. Great job. Alex is saying sales equals transference of confidence. Exactly. And so sales is a transference of confidence. It's also a belief that is so deeply embedded within you that when you're on the call, the eagerness for the sale does not overrepresent the amount of digging that you're doing to see if you can actually help the prospect. Sometimes the eagerness of the sale can often overshadow what you're actually trying to say, what you're trying to get from the call. The only thing you're supposed to be getting from the call is analyzing, is this the best thing for the person I'm on this call with? And if you walk into it with that kind of attitude, where you're relaxed, where you're kind of leaning back in your chair and you're examining and you're coming from the place of wanting the best for them, they will feel that 100%. And it doesn't then feel like a sales call. It actually feels like, can I help you? Where do you need help? Oh, it sounds like you're stuck here. Maybe you should go and do this. Maybe you should try this. Maybe you should talk to this other person I know. I think you're out of sequence. And just being able to give that's where sales turns into gratitude, where you're actually there for people, you're providing a ton of value and you're serving, so you don't feel drained. How many people who are watching, how many of you guys have felt drained after you get off a sales call? Just write drained or me too or whatever in the comments. That's a big thing I hear from people afterward. So Aaron is saying, I sell too much. I need more organization. Yeah, exactly. And you'll find that sales gets easier the less you're actually trying to sell. And it just feels better to you on the inside. Because most people don't like to be sold to, but they do actually want to get value. And when you can notice this and you can kind of course correct on your own. If you're on an SS call, if you're on a sales call and you find yourself drained at the end, whether they bought or didn't buy, and you find yourself drained at the end, that means that your inner portrait is you're trying to script, you're trying to force, you're trying to make the sale happen for the person. You're trying to create value that may not be in that ethos. So when you get off the call, you're tired because you exerted so much effort into making something happen that maybe shouldn't have happened. And that's a hard place to be. Hey Christian, how's it going? Good to see you on here. So talk to me. Tell me what your questions are about sales. Tell me what your win has been for this week. I'd love to hear. I'm trying to catch up back with my crew. I'm going to be showing up here weekly like I always do. But I'm working on developing a micro course that is going to help people understand the process of sales, where it feels really authentic and it feels very genuine, and it makes it a lot easier to sell. The biggest thing about sales is having an inner belief that you're doing the right thing for the right person at the right price. So I'll say that again. The biggest thing about sales is to feel on the inside that you are doing the right thing for the right person at the right price. How many of us have been on a sales call and then afterward felt like we sold, but it was way too less? The price was too low for what even makes sense. You know you sold it, but you're almost taking a hit on it. I know I have. I know I've been there. I'd love to hear what your specific struggles are. Talk to me. Tell me if this is helping you. I'd love to get in tune with what are you thinking and what do you need out of this call. I'm not really here with a specific agenda. I have been a natural salesperson, and I actually was worried and thought when I started in May with my digital offer of branding and working with companies on branding and coaching them, I realized that a lot of people had a lot of qualms about selling. They enjoyed what they did, but they didn't like the idea of showing up and actually presenting what their offer was. And it ended up feeling like a natural pull to me. And I just started showing up, learning from people who were better at it than I was. And I realized that sales is just a conversation. And that is something I can do. That wasn't as big of a deal. So I was excited about learning that. And then it's turned into where sales is something I enjoy. I enjoy it because I'm not attached to it anymore. That's the real secret. Getting to the place where you're not attached to it is incredible. That is the big money move. And it takes a long time before you get there. So I'm going to hop off. I don't see any questions for today, but I will be back on here next week. So let me know what's up and share any questions you have with me later. And if you watch this in replay, say replay. All right, guys, take care. Bye.